Alhamdulillah, assalamu alaikum, and welcome back to another video. Now, one of the most common questions that I get asked is how far is Sharjah from Dubai? And the answer to that question is simple. How long is a piece of string? The answer, it depends. Where in Sharjah are you starting? Where in Dubai are you going? What day of the week is it? What time of the day is it? All of these factors play a massive part. Literally, it could be double or half the time, depending on all of these factors that I've just mentioned. So today, inshallah, I'm going to be jumping into the car, showing you guys the time it will take me to get to various different destinations, installing my dash cam, and then driving to a particular destination, and just talking you guys through it. That way you get to see the scenery of Sharjah as we're driving, the roads, etc. And also get an idea of the time that it would take. And I'll just give a little commentary, talk about some common misconceptions and FAQs that people have about living in Sharjah. The car we are going to be driving today is this absolutely wow. I'm speechless. This is probably my favorite car on the fleet. It's our BMW M4 Competition. Nardo grey exterior, red leather interior. You can never go wrong with a red leather interior. It's probably one of my favorite sounding cars. The Lamborghini obviously would beat it on sound. But just in terms of like overall, the fact that it's a convertible, I love that. Obviously it mashes up my bed. You know, I might as well not brush my bed in the mornings when I drive convertible cars. But just the sound, the comfort, but at the same time, the sportiness. Overall, this is probably my favorite car. And it's only 1,400 dirhams. 1,400 dirhams to rent this baby for 24 hours. You can't go wrong. Anyway, let's get into the car. I'll put in some common destinations and let's see how far Waze says it will take us to get there. I forgot to record the start, but just listen to that. Okay, so the first place that we'll check is Dubai International Airport, DXB Terminal 3. So I'm starting right now in Al Zahia, but that will be similar for Al Jada, for Al Mamsha, for Muwaylih. They're all in the same vicinity. So we've got New Drive, Dubai International Airport. It is a Saturday morning, 7:45 a.m. or 7:43 a.m. and it's saying it will take me, I don't know if that's even flipped the right way around or not, 17 minutes to get to Dubai International Airport. Now that is probably a big surprise for a lot of you, because most places in Dubai would take more than 17 minutes to get to the airport. But from here in Al Zahia, in Sharjah, you will be, and the reason for that is because the airport is to the north of Dubai, and Sharjah borders on the north as well. So from here, when there's low traffic, like it is now, it's not rush hour, then it would take 17 minutes to get to Dubai Airport. And if you're driving this M4, you could probably do it in 14 or 15. The next one, let's look at Dubai Mall. Now, me personally, I don't really go them sides. But for whatever reason you wanted to, 27 minutes. 27-minute drive on a Saturday morning, it'll take you 27 minutes. Now again, this is not rush hour. I will do a separate video, inshallah, where I'll show you guys how long it takes in the rush hour. It'll probably be double that, or at least 1.5, 1.75 times that. This is just to let you know, if you're, Sunday, you want to go for a little breakfast, a little brunch, treat yourself. This is how long it'll take you to get there. The next one, let's do Marina, Dubai Marina. Again, don't really recommend it, but that's where you want to go, that's where you want to go. 38 minutes, about 40 minutes, and that's like literally towards the south of Dubai. You're probably not going to go further south than that unless you're going towards Abu Dhabi. So there you have it. From here, from Al Zahia to get to Dubai Airport, about 15 minutes. To get to Dubai Mall, about half an hour. And to get to Marina, about 40 minutes. And for me personally, that's no big deal. Like when I was living in the UK, when I was living in East London, when I was living in East London, traveling to West London, took me an hour and a half sometimes on the A406 with the peak rush hour traffic. And likewise on the way back, when I was living in Slough, going to East London, it was the same. So I'm pretty much used to it. I used to do that commute almost every day. In fact, every day, sometimes multiple times a day. So driving isn't a big issue for me. Driving here on the other side of the road, in fact, let me set up my dash cam. We'll start the drive. I need to go pick up some equipment for our next road trip, and then I can talk to you guys, do a commentary, running commentary as we're driving, and you can see the scenery in the streets and so on and so forth. So inshallah. Okay, so let's head off inshallah. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, subhanalladhi sakhara lana hadha wa ma kunna lahu muqrinin wa inna ila rabbina lamunqalibun. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Allahu akbar, Allahu akbar, Allahu akbar. Subhanallahumma inni zalamtu nafsi faghfirli fa innahu la yaghfiru dhunuba illa anta. So right now, I'm just going to be heading over to Dubai International City. I just need to pick up some radios for our next road trip, inshallah. Actually, no. You know what? I don't have time for that. Let me just call them on. See if it's free now. I'll go pick up the radios later. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What are you saying? You're on loudspeaker, yeah?
What's your ETA?
My ETA to you, my friend, is 8:15, 23 minutes.
Come.
Yeah?
Come.
Calm, inshallah. I'll catch you soon, inshallah.
You with Avid or something?
Say that again?
Are you with Avid?
No. But I've messaged him. I'm just waiting for his response.
Okay. You alone or?
I'm alone physically, but the camera's recording, so you're with the internet.
Sense.
You're with the internet right now.
Yeah.
You want to give salam to my 2.5k subscribers?
As in, are you live right now?
I'm not live, no. I'm just recording a video of the drive from Dubai to Sharjah.
Assalamu alaikum, people.
Walaikum salam. Okay, cool. See you soon, inshallah.
You've caught me in the middle of my beauty nap.
Subhanallah.
So that's why I sound a bit mad.
Subhanallah.
Come on, alright, see you in a bit, huh?
Alright, assalamu alaikum.
So.
Okay, so let's talk about the commute from Sharjah to Dubai. Now, if you're traveling at peak rush hour times, what are those? Peak rush hour times are morning, let's say 6:30 a.m. to about 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m. From Sharjah to Dubai, that's peak rush hour traffic. In the evenings, from around 3:30, 4 p.m. up until about 7, 8 p.m. going back from Dubai to Sharjah, again, peak rush hour traffic. However, with all of that said, if you work at your own schedule and you either work remotely or you have your own business, whatever it may be, and you don't need to travel to Dubai in those work hours, then it's not a concern for you at all. That's my personal opinion. For me personally, the pros are such of living in Sharjah that even if you do have to commute every single day, for me personally, I would still say it's worth it. Obviously, that is subjective. It just depends on how much of an issue you have driving. I mean, I guess I get to drive, alhamdulillah, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, M4s and Lamborghinis Uruses and whatnot, so I may be a little bit biased. But even before I was driving all of these cars, I still had no issue with it whatsoever. So that's something to consider. Now, why did I choose Sharjah over the other Emirates? So let me explain a little bit more about that as well. So Sharjah, first and foremost, is one of the 7 Emirates of the UAE, United Arab Emirates. There you have Dubai, which for some reason, people seem to think is its own country. Dubai is not a country. It's not even the capital of the UAE. That's Abu Dhabi. It's not even the biggest in the UAE, Abu Dhabi, but it is probably the most famous for a variety of different reasons. So you've got Dubai, you've got Abu Dhabi, you've got Sharjah, you've got Ajman, you've got Fujairah, you've got Ras Al Khaimah, and then you've got Al Quwain. These are the 7 Emirates that make up the UAE. Now Sharjah, you will find, has the most conservative laws of all the Emirates. One small example is that alcohol is completely illegal. whether it's in a public setting, whether it's in private, in your own home, it's completely illegal. Now, you may find some people in the comments saying, oh no, but I know of a person that used to live there and, you know, they used to get alcohol and this and this and this. And I don't know the ins and outs of each individual person, but the bottom line is it's illegal as a matter of fact, as a matter of law. And you'll see that, like, there are very few tourists here, I would say, compared to the other Emirates. And I would say a big part of that is the fact that the laws are a little bit stricter. Again, same when it comes to dress code, you'll find it's, generally speaking, quite a bit more conservative. You'll find that it's a lot more Muslim majority. You know, even the expats that you find here, usually you'll find are Muslims. Another reason is it's cheaper than Dubai. The same, you know, 3-bedroom apartment in Sharjah, you'll find it probably significantly cheaper than Dubai. With that said, are there areas of Dubai that may be cheaper than certain areas of Sharjah? Quite possibly, yes. I'm just giving you guys a general overview, okay? A general rule, and there may be exceptions to these rules. Another reason why I chose Sharjah is, again, there's a big expat community, especially in the Al Zahia area. There's a lot of brothers from the UK, a lot of brothers from Australia, a lot of brothers from America, Canada, and there is, like I said, a big Muslim expat community, which I think is very, very important when you're going to be moving to a country like the UAE, because coming from the West, you're used to having that community, right, in the masjid, in your locality, etc. So this makes it easier. I really hope, by the way, you guys can hear me. If you guys can't hear me and I'm just talking right now, because I haven't actually tested the audio from the dashcam, this is going to be a waste. If not, I'll just play some Quran or something in the background of the visuals, and you can just see the drive. Now, one important thing to mention, by the way, guys, right, when you're driving here, of course, if you're from the UK, this is the wrong side of the road, right? If you're from any other country, it's probably the right side of the road. It's actually not that deep, right? You get used to it very quickly. If you're a proficient driver in the UK, you will be a proficient driver here. Like, there are people that have come here, my friend Abbas, right, after he passed his driving license in the UK, the first car he ever drove was a Ferrari here in the UAE. So, and that was his first car since passing his test. So that should hopefully indicate to you guys that it's not that deep. With Waze and getting around and GPS and maps, that can be a bit of an issue. I personally recommend Waze above and beyond all the different apps. I find the user face the easiest to understand when it comes to, you know, signaling to you different turns. You know, because that is an issue here. If you miss your turn, especially on Sheikh Zayed Road, they can add an extra 10-15 minutes. You have to do like 4 U-turns, and you know, it will add 10-15 minutes to your journey time. So that's something to consider also. But generally speaking, driving here is not that bad. You want to be aware of people around you. You know, I would say a little bit more than the UK possibly. Although again, like I said, personally, I don't find it personally to be that much different. For me personally, I find it pretty much the same. In terms of renting a car here, as long as you're over the age of 18, you should be able to rent a car. If you're 21 and over, you should be able to rent most cars. And if you're 23 and over, you should be able to rent pretty much any car from car rental companies. Now, should you buy a car? Should you rent a car? That's completely up to you. I personally rent cars. I mean, as of right now, I'm just kind of driving whatever cars are free and available on our own fleet. But before this, I was renting a Jack J7. It's a Chinese car, personally one of my favorite budget cars. It'll cost you in a region of about £500 a month, about 2,200 dirhams a month. That includes insurance, and for me, it's just a perfect little car. You know, it has everything you need in there. You know, it's got a sunroof, leather seats, keyless entry, keyless start, Apple CarPlay, a very big screen for the Apple CarPlay, and a whole host of other things like, you know, cruise control, etc., that just make daily driving very, very nice and comfortable. You just saw a plane in the distance, so that indicates that we're getting close to Dubai International Airport. So, as I mentioned, areas of Sharjah are very close to Dubai International Airport. Not so close that you're bugged by the sound of airplanes, but close enough where you can get there very quickly and easily. I believe we're just like, what, 10 minutes into our drive, and we've already seen planes land on our right hand side. Are there areas of Dubai that I would recommend if someone's looking to move? So if you are set on Dubai, then one area I would mention and I would recommend looking into is Mirdif. Again, a very big Muslim expat community, a lot of practicing brothers living there from all over the world, UK, America, Canada, etc. And it's not too far from Sharjah, it's not too far from Dubai Airport, it's in the north of Dubai once again. So that is another place that I would recommend if you are considering living in Dubai. Can you drive with your UK or US or Canadian or any other Canadian or any other country's passport here in the UAE? The answer is yes, you can. All you have to do is pull out your driving license and your passport, give it to us when you want to rent the car, and we will give you the car. However, once you become a resident here in the UAE, then you can only drive with a UAE license. So what's the process of getting a UAE license? It's very simple. You just go to an RTA center. There are many of them all around the UAE. An important note is you have to go to the RTA center in the emirate where you got your visa. So if your company that hired you, or if you set up your own company, if the free zone or the license that you got is in, for example, Dubai, you have to go to a Dubai RTA center. If it's in Sharjah, you have to go to a Sharjah RTA center. Mine was in Sharjah, so I had to go to a Sharjah RTA center to get my license. I just went there. I had to do an eye test. The Sharjah RTA center that I went to did not have an eye test center on site. I had to go to a different opticians nearby. The Dubai ones, if I'm not mistaken, most of them have the RTA, the eye tests, in the RTA centers themselves. Alhamdulillah. So you can just literally go there, pay for an eye test. I can't remember how much it cost me, like 100 dirhams, £20, something like that. And then you just give them your UK license, and they will give you a UAE license, and of course return your UK license to you also. It will take you maybe an hour, half an hour, 15 minutes, depending on how busy it is. It's a very simple process, very straightforward. You will walk in and walk out with your license the same day. But it's extremely important, my brothers and my sisters, if you are going to be getting residency here, get your license as soon as possible. The second you get your residency here, it becomes illegal for you to drive on your UK or whatever other country's license that you have. So that's extremely important for you. Let's talk about look, we're entered into Dubai now. We actually entered into Dubai a while ago. The streets here, as you can see, are very wide. There are a lot of lanes, from left to right. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lanes. It's common to have 6, sometimes 7, sometimes 8 lanes. So you don't need to worry about driving in congested. In peak rush hour, all the lanes will be busy. But generally speaking, you can have peace of mind and not have to worry about crashing into other cars, if that is a worry and concern that you do have. What else is there when it comes to driving? That's about it, really, to be honest. I can't really think of anything else. I didn't actually prepare. I'm actually freestyling this whole video. I haven't actually prepared points for this particular video. But I would say that pretty much sums it up. Speed cameras, yeah, there are a lot of speed cameras around. You just saw one going past. Maybe rewind the video so you can see it. They come in different shapes and sizes. And generally speaking, as long as you obviously drive within the speed limit, you don't need to worry. How much would it cost? It depends on how fast you're going. Also depends on which emirate you're in. So if you're going, I think 10 over, it's 490 dirhams, fine, it's about £100. If it's 20 over, then it increases like 600 dirhams, so on and so on. It'll keep going up. And they do have points here as well, so if you have a driving offence that is high enough to get you points, like you're speeding 60 over, for example, you'll get points on your license as well. I believe you can get 24 points before your license gets revoked, so double that of the UK. But then I think the fines and the penalties in terms of points are also double. So instead of getting 3 points on your license for speeding, I think you get 6. So it's pretty much the same when you look at the ratio of fine to allowance, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, drifting is obviously not allowed here. You do see police around, but I don't know, you don't worry when you see police here. Even me, when I'm fully legit, in the UK, if a police car pulls up behind me, I don't know why, I just get I just feel uneasy. But here you don't feel that at all, me personally anyway. And more times when you see police, it's usually because of a traffic incident. But very rarely do you see them flying past with their sirens on. Although you can see it, but usually it will just be they're just driving around or parked up, or they're attending the scene of an accident, like I said. And yeah, that's about it, man. This is a bridge that takes you to Al Jaddaf, which again is a decent area of Dubai to live in. But like I said, for me personally, if you're a practicing Muslim, especially a family, you're trying to move here, for me it's Sharjah all the way, all day, every day. Rent prices in Sharjah have been on the increase, like even from just over a year ago when I was looking and searching for my place, and even like a few years ago when I came to view. Across Dubai and Sharjah, rent prices have been going up. Now, I spoke to a estate agent about this recently, and they mentioned there's a lot of Chinese and Russian money coming into the UAE market. Generally speaking, more so in Dubai, but because that's pushing up the prices in Dubai, it's also pushing up the prices in the rest of the UAE as well. Another reason is because of the price rise in Dubai. There are a lot of people that used to live in Dubai that are now moving to Sharjah because it's cheaper for an equivalent place. So you find that Sharjah prices have also been going up. Another reason is also just supply and demand. Because of the rise in demand now for Sharjah and the supply being low in Dubai, there are so many villa communities, like brand new villa communities. In Sharjah, you can probably count them all on one hand. Therefore, the supply is low, demand is high, and of course, anyone that studied economics or just knows basics of business, that is a recipe for high prices. The way renting works in the UAE, it's different to the UK. I'm not sure about other countries, but in the UK, for example, you pay your rent monthly, either via standing order, direct debit, or just a manual transfer every month to your landlord. Here it works a little bit differently. You give your landlord checks. We don't really use checks in the UK. I don't think I've ever used a check ever in my life in the UK, except if I got a refund for something from a company and they've sent it in the post via check and I've cashed it in. But I don't ever recall writing a check ever in my life. But here you do. So let's just say, for example, your landlord wants your rent in one check. You'll give them one check. They will cash it at the start of your tenancy, and you'll be paid up. So you need to have the money in your account at the start of your tenancy, and the entire amount, let's say it's 100,000 dirhams, they'll take the entire amount at the start. You've paid the whole year up front. That's not very common, I would say, for a one check. Two check, again, not very common in my personal experience. You pay 6 months up front in one check, and you give the second check at the start of the tenancy, and the landlord will cash it on the date written on the check themselves. They go to the bank. So you just have to make sure you've got that money in your account. 3 checks, again, every 4 months. 4 checks, I would say, is the most common, which is every quarter, so every 3 months. Then you've got 6 checks, again, quite common, every 2 months. And 12 checks, I would say, is very rare. Again, it is possible. And the fewer checks you pay, the more negotiating power you have with the landlord. So if you say, look, I'll pay it in one check, you can probably knock off 5,000-10,000 from the price. If they're asking for 4 checks at, let's say, 100,000, you can say, look, give it to me for one check and I'll pay 90,000, for example. And guys, I'll conclude it there. I've almost arrived at my destination. As you can see, there's plenty of masajid around, probably past 20, if not 30, if not 50 in just this video alone. So I'll see you guys on another video. Hopefully you guys found this video beneficial. I have one request to make of you. One second, let me pull off the dash cam. Let me pull off the dash cam. Okay, so I've just got one request from you guys. I don't know if you can see me right now. I've got one request. If you guys are finding that these videos are beneficial for you, look, I've got no ads, no YouTube ads. If you're seeing ads, it's from YouTube, it's not from me, because I believe they put ads on every single video. I've got no music. I'm just providing you guys with free, valuable content. In return, all I ask from you guys is support our car rental company. If you know someone that's coming to the UAE, refer them to us. Go follow us on Instagram, Premier Supercars Dubai. Engage with our posts, like them, share them. Whatever you can do to support, inshallah. And of course, if you're coming, come and rent from us. We've got some of the best cars. Pretty much any car you can think of, we can probably source it for you. And we'll give you the best service. You don't need to worry about getting bumped. You don't need to worry about any of the regular issues that come with renting a car or any vehicle here, even jet skis, dune buggies. Just make sure you take pictures, videos of the entire car, etc. Anyway, I'll see you guys on another video. Hopefully you found this beneficial, and I'll do another video similar to this, but in peak rush hour traffic, so you can see what that's like as well. With that said, I'll see you guys on the next video. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.